Hi everybody on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this webinar called the Spine Flex Solution. And this is a webinar that is going to be based on the book, The Spine Flex Solution, that I published on December 1st. We'll be talking about how you can get better flexibility in your spine, less pain, what you can do to help yourself in between appointments, and how there's a lot of resources in the book to help you. So let's talk about our webinar coming up here. It's going to be in the clinic, in-house on December 17th from 7 to 7:30. It's going to be focused on winter wellness, staying active and pain-free this holiday season. And it's going to be right here at Tut Street Family Chiropractic in Kelowna. So if you're in our area, feel free to join us for this webinar. And I'm going to show you some of the topics that we're going to be covering next Tuesday. So I'm your host, Dr. Cary Yurkiw, and I'm a chiropractor who's been practicing for 30 years now. Most of that time's been in the Kelowna area. For the last 5 years I've been in Kelowna, then 10 years before that in Penticton, and before that I was in Winnipeg. And I went to school in Toronto, studied chiropractic, and then subsequently learned a bunch of different techniques in chiropractic, both in school and through locums, which is like temporary work, taking over for chiropractors when they're on holidays. And so I was able to learn different techniques in the various clinics. I've also trained on shockwave and laser and orthotics. So we'll be talking a bit about that today, especially in the winter season where footwear is so important. So in this webinar, what you're going to learn are expert tips on staying active in winter months, improving your mobility, reducing your pain, and getting healthy. So if you have pain and restriction, your back is hurting, your neck, your spine, we're going to be talking about that today and what you can do to get healthy. So the benefits of staying active are enhanced overall health. So we know people who are more active have better energy, they're more vibrant, in general, a better outcome long-term with your health. We want to reduce the stiffness and improve the mobility. One of the ways we can do that is through chiropractic adjustments. Adjustments help the mobility, help with the stiffness, make you feel better. We want to combat the winter blues with mood boosting experience, especially in our area here in Kelowna, because sometimes in the winter it can be kind of cloudy, overcast for a majority of the days. If you drive up to the ski hill, whether it's Big White or Silver Star, one of those hills, you're going to get above the cloud cover some days, so that's nice and sunny. And when you're active or skiing, like this lady here in the picture on my slide, it's going to boost your mood. You know, you're going to feel better about it. Now, some people can't do this because they have knee problems or hip problems or ankle or foot problems. So we're going to talk a bit about that today. And the other thing that's important is during the winter months, staying active can help prevent weight gain, which is so important because generally we're not as active in the winter as we are in the summer. So for improved mobility, what are some things you can do? Well, cold weather affects the joints and muscles. It's usually drier, it makes us stiffer, and a lot of times the body's compensating by just increasing the blood flow to the tissues, and the muscles can be quite tight in the joints. Stiffness and reduced circulation can lead to imbalances. So your body can be off balance, poor posture, poor alignment in certain joints. So chiropractic care is a mobility enhancer. Adjustments help to keep your spine aligned or improve your posture and alignment. And stretching routines for the winter are very important, especially before exercise or activity. So if you're going to go out skiing, doing certain stretches and exercises are going to be very important. So how can you improve your mobility? Well, one of the things is you can warm up indoors before heading outside. That's very important. Number two, you can incorporate dynamic stretching into your routine on a daily basis. So doing things like yoga, and I'm going to show you kind of a basic yoga routine today that you can do. So very important for flexibility, especially between adjustments, because when you're getting adjustments in the clinic, we're increasing the range of motion and you want to maintain that at home. Here's a simple stretch sheet that we give our patients, and this is for your back. So we call this phase 1 of back stretches, and cat and cow are common stretches that we give out in the clinic. Very gentle. One is flexing the spine, the other is extending the spine. It's working the ligaments and discs on one side of the body, then the opposite side. So very beneficial to do something like the cat and cow. And I would just check with your chiropractor before you do this, because when people are in a lot of pain, I don't give them exercises, but as they progress and their pain reduces, that's when I start to give exercises to help with the treatments we're doing in the clinic. Thread the needle is very good. This is more of a rotation type of exercise. Wall angels, excellent. Kind of like snow angels on the ground, but against the wall, just to help the upper back and the posture of the head and shoulders. So also a very important technique that we like to give here in the clinic. Now, to prevent winter aches and pains, some common complaints in the winter are low back pain from shoveling snow. A lot of people, when they shovel snow, especially if it's heavy or wet, they'll scoop it like this, and then they'll go to lift it when the shovel's fully extended. It would be better if you push the shovel and then changed your foot position so your feet are closer, and then turn and face the load, the snow, because it's very important to have the load close to your body. The further away it is from your body, the more torque there's going to be on your spine. So, you know, from physics, when you have a heavy load away from your body, it's going to cause more force on your spine. And a lot of people get hurt this way. Even worse would be to lift the snow far away from your body and twist. So that torquing movement can really cause injury to the discs and the spine, causing it to shift out of place. So the proper technique of snow shoveling, lifting objects, very important, and something that we talk about here in the clinic. Now, if you do get pain in your spine because you lifted improperly, the best thing you could do is go to a chiropractor right away. So I would recommend calling and making an appointment, and then coming to the clinic to get the issue dealt with as quickly as possible. Because if you come in right after the injury, it's easier to treat. It's still a fresh injury, whereas if you leave it for too long, it becomes chronic, harder to treat. So the other thing I want to talk about is regular adjustments in the clinic are important to maintain health and wellness. So everybody gets stiff spots, and most people get misalignments. The spine shifts and then it doesn't shift back into place, and it's misplaced or out of alignment. And it's important to have regular checkups just to make sure the spine is in the right place, and if it's not, get the adjustments to replace the spine in the correct position. We do laser and shockwave here in the clinic. There are techniques to help heal the tissues. So if you have sprain or strain, you have torn muscles, you have misalignments, the laser and shockwave are going to help with the inflammation in the healing process, speeding it up and breaking down scar tissue. So here's some self-care tips. Stay hydrated even in the winter. So in the winter we tend to be drier and we get dehydrated quicker. This can lead to injuries as well, because if the tissues are getting dehydrated, there's a higher chance that you're going to have an injury than if you are well hydrated. Your body's not going to work as well. Use proper posture and ergonomics for winter chores. So proper posture, we just went over that for snow shoveling. But if you're doing other things too in the winter, be aware that you could be stiffer, you could be cold and not have the circulation that you normally have. So you want to be a little more careful lifting, and with your footwear, which I'm going to go over today. Here's a pair of boots on my slide on YouTube. If you're watching that on Instagram, you won't be able to see this, but I'll describe it to you. You want to have the right footwear because with footwear that's slippery, you could easily slip, twist your ankle, your knee, your hip, and that can cause an injury, a sprain or strain. Also, you want to have the proper alignment of the shoes you're wearing. So if the shoes are too tight, or if the soles are worn out, or if you have improper foot alignment, that could cause imbalances as well. One thing that we do here in the clinic is we do orthotics and customized footwear, which really helps people to have the right balance of their feet and to be able to use their feet effectively and cushion the joints. The shock absorption of the ankles, the knees, the hips, and the spine. Something else you can do is a yoga routine or body weight exercises, or even online fitness classes. I like Apple Fitness Plus. I have the watch and I like to use the app, and I can project that right onto my TV screen and do a yoga routine or a fitness routine. I'd encourage you to join a class, whether it's local or online. And for body weight exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, planks, bridges, these are all very good exercises to help with the strength and stability of your spine and your joints. So that's something we give our patients. I shared with you level 1 back and neck stretches here on a previous slide, but as people progress from level 1, we give them level 2, a little bit more complex exercises to do, and finally level 3, which is strengthening, like planks, bridges, side planks. So strength and stability, very important, especially as you age too. You don't want to slip and fall because you have poor balance or poor joint reception. So that's another thing in the winter, is just having the right stability, especially if you're progressing in age. It can be more challenging to have the right balance. How does chiropractic care support winter activity? We do alignments to improve posture and reduce strain. We use shockwave and laser therapy for soft tissue healing. We provide custom orthotics and orthopedic shoes for better support, including winter boots. And we provide exercises and stretches. Both myself and my staff, we have a kinesiologist in the clinic, and we will be able to provide the right stretches for you, follow up. Sometimes we even recommend devices like like bands to strengthen your body, like balls or vice type of grips to strengthen your joints, like your wrists or your feet. So we have a number of devices we can recommend to you that can help you. Nutritional recommendations. One of the things we talked about today was hydration, how important that is, getting the right water, but also eating properly, making sure that you're not getting low in blood sugar. That's important, but also eating more protein, healthy fats, staying energetic is very important. So you want to keep a well-balanced diet, especially in the winter if you're active skiing or skating or doing outdoor sports. Also, stress over the holidays. Sometimes the Christmas season can be quite stressful for people because their routines change. They have some time off. Often people come to visit, relatives, you're going to different places, there's different types of foods that you're eating, and what happens is you're just out of routine and kind of more reactive to the situation, which can cause some stress. So that's one of the things we like to talk about here in the clinic, is how to manage stress and different techniques like meditation, breathing techniques to help you manage the stress of the holiday season. Also, advice for better sleep. Good sleep posture, how to make the environment more conducive to sleep, dropping the temperature 1 or 2 degrees, making the room dark, avoiding screen time on your device at least 30 minutes before you go to bed, and keeping a regular bedtime routine, all very important. And then lifestyle changes and new habits for the holiday season and going forward into 2025. So what are some things you can do to improve your lifestyle. And you could just start with one thing, and start now. I was watching this webinar this morning. It was from the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and the lady that was presenting was saying, what are your goals for 2025? And then she said, start now. She goes, you'll have a 3-week jump on your competition. I thought it was an interesting concept because I've been working on my own goals for my health for 2025. And I thought, I could start right now. So what I did is I took some of the nutritional thoughts that I had written down and started my order of groceries so that I can go and get those ingredients that I may not have been eating in the previous week. So just modifying my grocery cart so I can get some of these better nutritious foods and meals. And I'm starting now on my goals for 2025. Here's some winter specials for you. So if you're in our area here in Kelowna, what I'd encourage you to do is scan this QR code. On Instagram, I will put a post with the QR code on it for you after this webinar, so you can take advantage of this too. Or you can go to the link in our bio and click on that. So we're offering $30 off an initial visit right now. That could include shockwave as well, or laser, and orthotics or orthopedic shoes. So $30 off for a limited time during the holiday season. And there's also health coaching sessions available. So if you're not in Kelowna, but you'd like to talk to me, I'd be happy to set up an initial session with you, discuss some of your health goals, and work in conjunction with your healthcare professionals like the chiropractor in your area. So you can scan this QR code right here, and that will take you right to the booking site. The other thing I wanted to mention is the book that I talked about earlier called The Spine Flex Solution. It's out on Amazon now. It was launched on December 1st, and I'm pretty excited that yesterday the audiobook got approved. So now the audiobook on Audible is live. And I wrote this book over a 4-month period, narrated the book for the audio version, and it does include the concepts we talked about today, as well as much more than that. So I would encourage you to go to Amazon to get the Spine Flex Solution. You can get it in ebook, paperback, hardcover, or you can get it on Audible. Now I have 2 QR codes for you here. One is the Canadian QR code on the left and the American QR code on the right. Depending on where you're watching this from, you can scan that code and it'll take you to the appropriate Amazon platform, and you can order the book. So in closing, I'd like to recommend that you follow us here on social media because we do lots of live and video reels for you, and with tips on what you can do to help yourself with your health. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel and our podcast, and that will give you notifications when we're going live or doing a webinar like this. I wouldn't procrastinate. I would book an appointment today, whether you're in Kelowna, book an appointment with us, or you're in another area, book an appointment with a local chiropractor to get checked. There's no doctor referral needed, and we bill directly to insurance, including ICBC here in Kelowna. And we're open 6 days a week, including the weekends. So very convenient appointment times. We go till 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's today. So we'll be here till 7 o'clock tonight. To book that appointment, you can use this QR code right here, and that'll take you over to our booking channel. If you'd like to see our reviews, you can go over to Google and see the many 5-star reviews we have, as well as Rate MDs. You'll see the patients that have recently commented on our service, so we're very proud of the 5-star reviews that we have. And if you have any questions and answers, I'm here in the chat right now, but if you're watching the recording of this on YouTube, you can type in the chat. We will check our messages and get back to you. You can also type in the comments here on Instagram. I'd be happy to get back to you, and or DM me. I want to thank you for attending this webinar. It was a pleasure to have you today, and I hope to see you soon.